Hiya.
Hello. Welcome to another. Oh,
hello.
shit, my bad.
No, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hello.
What's that?
Welcome to another episode of Cheers. We are going crazy today
With water.
with vodka.
Woo. Delicious. Just like that.
That's a sign
like
of a
that.
true alcoholic. No, I'm just kidding because I also have milk right here because I have a fucking allergic reaction, and this is actually water with baking soda. But our mother decided to put it on an absolute vodka bottle because
It's awesome.
we're Mexican and we have to use what we got.
I want to start using that for the gym.
Yeah, so I have milk as well as water with baking soda, thanks to this beautiful allergic reaction I have. And it's very itchy. I'll pick it up later.
Motherfucker.
I'll pick it up later.
Ah.
So welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode. How you been? How you doing?
I'm doing Gucci. How about you? Besides all that.
You know what? We've been better.
For real. You look better.
Bitch, I look good. What you talking about? I look good.
Hell yep.
It's just, I'm itchy.
You are?
I'm itching everywhere. It's so bad. I've never had an allergic reaction before in my life. So I'm just like, what?
Welcome to getting old.
First of all, don't say that because this is the first year of my life that I actually feel it. Then I'm like, yup. It only goes down from here. We have 23 years of good health. You better start taking care of your body, bitch. Because this shit is not coming back for real.
I love it. What's up? What are we talking about today? You got something interesting.
I do. It's not really... Well, I guess it's interesting. It's actually really sad. So, we're just going to dive in. All right, bet. Fuck it. So, I actually read...
You put a timer?
Yeah, I did. I don't fucking read. I didn't read that shit. I saw on TikTok.
Yeah.
Exactly. Did you do your TikTok trial?
Oh, no, I didn't.
First of all,
I forgot.
I even sent him TikTok too to check it out. That means you didn't even click on the TikTok, bitch.
I mean, yeah, but it just opens like a window with the Safari, and then I just saw the TikTok and then close it.
You don't have to have an account?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to send you more shit. So next week, we're going to update on that shit.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So, homie, what's his name? What's his real name?
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. So, homeboy was in an accident, a really, really, really freak accident on the beginning of January, and he was ran over by a fucking snowplow in his Nevada home. Bitch.
No, I'm listening to you because I needed to put something up because I'm gonna talk about this later.
Okay, first of all,
Bitch. Talk.
So, Mr. Jeremy Renner, who plays Hawkeye in the Avengers universe, homeboy got run over by a snowplow. Got pretty much like I from what I understand, what I've seen on interviews and what I actually have read on the interviews. I only read interviews, in articles that I care about. He got run over like the bottom half of his body, like his legs, all the way to his butt, and then I don't know how the fuck, but like his eyes popped out of his sockets, like both of the eyes. So it's just like, think like both eyes went like one this way, and he actually says in an interview that he could see his eye with his other eye. So one is like this and one is like this.
Mm.
Bitch, the fuck? And like he made a fucking. He did an interview with ABC with Diane Sawyer, and he actually looks pretty good. He looks like he's good to go. To be run over with a snowplow, like, that's pretty impressive how good he looks. Like, he looks normal. Like, when you think of somebody, like, eye sockets popping out, you would think, like, they're gonna be deformed. You know what I'm saying? He looks pretty good.
Hell yeah. The power of money.
I mean, the power of money, but still, an accident is an accident.
Yeah.
And to kick off the year like that?
I mean, I knew he was into a bad accident, but I didn't know his eyes pop out.
Yup.
That's what I read. Like, that's what I saw when the news first came out. It was just that he got into a bad accident in, like, the snow, and then all the details start coming out. But I never read anything about the eyes.
Yeah, so he had like obviously a bunch of like broken bones. Obviously, I mean he's gonna be run over, but the eye thing, the fact that he didn't go blind, is just amazing to me.
Yeah, I mean eyes are very delicate. Tell me about it.
I mean, yeah, we're both blind.
Yeah.
Well, we have a bright ass light shining in our faces and our eyeballs.
Yeah, but I mean that glasses can help though.
Yeah.
You're on your own.
Yeah, no, but I couldn't do my glasses today. That's really all I have. I don't have anything interesting facts. Honestly, my week has been just full of work and an allergic reaction, so I did not have the energy.
Fascinating. That's 5 minutes into the video.
I know. But you didn't make conversation.
I mean, I just don't know what to say because I mean, I knew he was into the accident.
We'll talk about a goddamn accident.
I mean, I know he was into the accident, and I know that it was pretty bad, and then he might have. There were rumors that he might have like end his career because of that, but I mean, at the end, he came out fine. So
yeah, he came out fine, and he did most of his stunts, but he's also like 57 years old, which I didn't know. I didn't know he was that old. But he. Like, in his interview, he's like, I'm pretty up... There's a mosquito. Do you think I got it?
No.
Oh.
You have
I got it.
Kill him. Don't make him suffer. Just kill him. Not on the table. It sounds like the fucking...
There's a place like he could die. Anyways, on the interview, he because he did all of his stunts, he looks pretty at peace for somebody that just went through a tragic accident. So actually, he got into an accident because his nephew was about to get run over by the plow. So he, like, the plow's like going like this, and his nephew's right here, and then he goes, shoo, and he saved his nephew. And the way that he describes it is that he was going to, like, you know, like the wheels, they're not really wheels, whatever they're called, the tracks.
Yeah.
He was gonna like climb onto the tracks and stop the snowplow, but the tracks were moving, so obviously he slipped, and that's when he like pushed the nephew, and then that's when he got run over.
That's okay. So it's not like somebody lose control of that. It's just that
he was trying to save his nephew.
No. What I'm saying, the snowplow.
No, the snowplow was going
by itself. Like nobody was driving it. Like nobody lost control of it. That's what
yeah. Nobody lost control of it. I don't know if somebody was driving it. It doesn't seem like somebody was. No, but there's an illustration of it, like a. What's it called?
Like a 3D animation of
the
accident?
A 3D animation of the accident. But he actually doesn't say if somebody was driving the snowplow or if he was driving the snowplow or like, I don't know, snowplows don't drive by themselves, right?
I mean, no, but what I'm saying is, I don't know if it works the same as a car because I never drove one, but you know how sometimes you can just put the car in like neutral and it goes by itself?
Yeah.
So something like that might have happened to the snowplow. I don't know. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about all that.
Interesting.
Well, that sucks.
I mean, I'm glad for him that he's fine.
That he's alive, shit.
And well, because I mean, it will suck if you're alive but you're in pain and suffering and like your whole career just ended because of that accident. So I mean, it's good news. It's good news.
And I don't know if it's good news, but the fact that this happened in January in 4 months, like it's April now and he's good to go. Honestly, that is money right there. Like, you know, he had access to the best healthcare possible that he could have had. So. To have money. Just think he has a fucking snowplow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck has a snowplow?
Rich people.
I mean, yeah, but still, that's a lot.
It really is. Hell, that's crazy. But I mean, I'm glad he was fine, because, it's a miracle.
Yeah, it is.
That is bananas. Okay, but I got something that it actually kind of happened to me at the beginning, actually last week. At work, and I thought it was very interesting because I don't know, I was very curious. So there was this the company Bud Light, I think it's Budweiser. Is it?
Bud Light and Budweiser are different.
No, they're the same, like the different brands from the same company.
Oh, okay.
It's something like that.
Yeah,
but I mean, the people who like make Bud Light and all that kind of stuff, they made a sponsorship with a TikToker that is transgender.
Who is the TikToker?
So the name of her, it's the Dylan Mulvaney.
Wait, you said her? So she was a male before.
Yeah.
And now she it's a she.
It's a she now.
And now she's a she. I hate saying it's because it's like.
Okay, well, this is my thing though. Now, Yeah, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense because in proper English, you identify as a he or a she.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
some
No,
people
no,
don't
no.
identify as that. So whenever that is, I mean, the proper noun will be it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's I agree. I agree 1,000%. I really do. But it's just people are be sensitive, man. People be so sensitive. But whenever I'm like speaking about it, it's just like whenever I say it, it's just that is what I use because like okay, so he was a he.
She
I
was
don't know.
a he.
She was a he, and now
He
he's
transcended
a
into
her,
she.
and now it's a her. He's a her.
He's a her.
He's a her. Okay, so he was a male, born male, and now
He did the
she's
transition
a she.
to a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And she recorded the whole transition on TikTok and like got a lot of fame and a lot of followers and all that shit. So she became very famous on TikTok.
Mhm.
And to promote.
Budweiser.
Yeah, but for Budweiser to promote like what do you call
Gender equality.
gender equality, they hire a transgender as the face of the company.
When you say the face of the company, like an ambassador?
I mean, it was they did a sponsorship, so she was promoting the beer,
Okay.
and it caught fire really quick.
Yeah.
And then every single like, I don't know if it's nationwide, but at least here in the South where we live, Bud Light is very associated with like the countryman, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like very manly, very rude kind of people. Sometimes like not rude in a bad way, but like they
Just
like
manly.
big trucks and like long beers and like very manly looking people. So the fact that their favorite beer had a transgender person as the face of the company at the moment, like it was like everybody would lose their shit.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Especially
I
in
read
the South. Yeah.
yeah, especially in the South.
Yeah.
And I read that shit and I was like, that's interesting. But like, I didn't thought anything of it. And because we work at the restaurants, this past weekend, somebody was like, hey, what kind of beers do you have? And I was like naming all that stuff. And he was like, because I was naming Mexican beer, American beers and then Mexican beer. And he goes, do you have anything that is not like Bud Light related? And I thought about that and I was like, So, you know, I kind of push it a little bit. I'm like, well, we have like Michelob and like all these stuff.
Yeah.
Like, nothing from Budweiser. I'm like, we have Mexican beer. He was like, just bring me Corona. I don't want Bud Light anymore. He said just like that. I wanted to speculate, be like, hey, this is because of this.
You should have asked.
I mean, I just...
Yeah, I would definitely ask. I'd be like, is this because of this? Like, why not? Like, I'm just curious.
And I
I would
mean,
have definitely asked.
I mean, that happened, and then I hear like jokes, like you know how you're walking by the tables that you hear like conversations.
Yeah.
And another guy was like, that was a different group of people, and one guy ordered Bud Light. He was like, "Oh, so you're gay now?" Like between friends.
Oh, okay.
So between friends, and I just associated that with this, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my fuck!" So this is real.
Yeah, people are actually talking about this.
Yeah, they're
First
actually
of all,
talking about it.
I didn't even know this was happening.
Me neither. I mean, I just saw a bunch of memes that like now Bud Light was like a girl's beer, and I was like, why? And then I saw that, and I was like,
Mm-hmm. I mean, she.
I mean, I don't care that the fact that he like she was I'm glad for her that she got the deal, but at the same time I'm like, you gotta be stupid as a company because I mean your goal at the end of the day is to make money.
Yeah.
So for them to sponsor a person like that for that kind of company, knowing the kind of customers that they have, I think that they shot themselves in the foot.
I mean, I see where you're coming from. Like I don't know. I guess whenever I think of beer, I'm not necessarily thinking of a specific crowd. Whenever I think beer, I think men. You know, because men drink more beer.
Exactly.
But there are gay men, you know what I'm saying, that drink beer.
But it's not like the face of the. It's like hiring a guy. I like this is how I see it. You know, it will be like hiring a guy that is like very anti-gay people to be the face of like gay pride or something like that. You know.
I don't
Like
know.
it's
I think
something-
I think that's just very small minded to say that Bud Light or Budweiser, the company, doesn't want that type of image. I feel like that's small minded because then it would be like saying that you wouldn't want black people to drink your beer. Like that would be straight up racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So saying that would be like straight up homophobic.
Yeah.
So I think that just it just speaks more on the world that we live in that is so divided and it's so like, you know, like it's beer, just drink it, get drunk and have a good time.
It is, and like you said, it speaks about the kind of people that we are as a society. But I mean, at the end of the day, it shows about what kind of people we are as a society, and I agree with that. But I feel like from the business point of view, like people don't care. what their customers are, as long as they generate profit. You know what I'm saying?
I do think that at the end of the day, they want to generate profit, but because we are living in a world where it's so open right now as far as like gender fluidity and things like that.
I think it's like 50-50 though. Because if it was open, like you said, this kind of controversies wouldn't happen.
But it is open because now we're even talking about how do you define a woman in Congress. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the conversations that are happening in every day. These are the conversations that we are having in every podcast. So it is so open-minded, but because I think that because it is so open-minded and it's so new and it's so, I think like the spectrum has been open so far right now that it's either everything or nothing right now, and that gray area is very much non-existent. So I think that the world is just exploding with openness when it comes to gender fluidity and gender how do you say that, identification. So I think that it's just in the extremes right now, like especially because we are in like the newest wave of like social media and shit like that. Like this has never happened before. Like this is the first time that social media has been as, you know, exposed, and like we 20 years ago we didn't have social media the way that we do today. You know what I'm saying? So everything is just so like new and like acceptance, but at the same time it's like acceptance, but it's like, hold on, this is not the way that it has always been. So I think it's just like been pushed out like so much.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they push it too hard, too fast. Like, if they wanted that to be more accepted, it should have been a slower, maybe, transition. Because you cannot change, like, 100 years of history and then, like, the last 20 years, you know? Like, something like that. It has to be, like, one step at a time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what happened. And social media definitely made that thing go faster.
I mean, I also think I had a conversation with somebody earlier this week about this too. And this person is actually like way older than me. So he was saying how this wave of like transgender people and body modification, it very much reminded him of like the punk era of like when people were like stretching their ears and doing like, you know, like the hole in the face and like the crazy tattoos and just like actual body modification. So it's like it's a way of rebellion, I think, in a way, right?
It definitely is.
So let me modify my body to now be a woman or whatever. But a lot of these people are also regretting their decision, especially because it is being done at such an early age. I think if you decide to do anything with your body from 18 to, I don't know, 28, it is very... A lot of people really do regret it because now you're like, yeah, you want to modify your body to look different, but at the end of the day, you really are fucking with your genetics. So that shit is going to catch up in the long run. So it will be really interesting to talk to somebody that will be going into a transition that was young like us, and it will be like cool to have a conversation with that person and somebody that did a modification a long time ago.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's in the long run, because that people that is doing those kind of modifications are our age, you know, like 20s, maybe 30s, but by the time those if there are any repercussions, they might be, it's gonna be like in 20 years from now.
Do you think that people will regret changing their body?
I honestly think they will.
Why?
Because of all the health problems that will come with it. And the fact that when you're young, everything seems easy. Yeah. You know? So you're like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that, let's do whatever. Like, we're young, we hope that we can deal with the pressure.
Yeah.
But as you get older, your energy goes down, your stamina goes down. So all the things that you say you can pull through, maybe it's not as easy in 20 years.
Right.
So, and there wouldn't be like a place where you would be fit in because you close your doors. Like, having that kind of radical mindset will close doors. So even if you want to change, you know, like people judge on your past mistakes, I feel like that will happen to some of that people. Like there will be people that will be open to like open up their arms and like help them. but it'll be much harder for them to fit in society.
Yeah.
In that regard. I mean, I hope not. Like, I wish them the best. But I feel like that would be a reality for a lot of people like that. It would be like a problem similar to like vaping.
Like as far as like the health concerns?
Yeah, they say that it might have been like a good option, but in the long run it proved that it wasn't.
I mean, vaping is literally the same as cigarettes. Like,
it's worse.
I mean, it's probably even fucking worse.
It's already proven it's worse.
Because it has fucking all this shit that you're putting in it.
Quadruple the amount of oh hell no. Oh hell no. Oh, we got a person off camera. She dying. She coughing. She came back.
I'm good. I thought I didn't press play.
Just a whole ass section with no video.
I know.
But that's okay, because we want these people to hear it more than watch us. But I lost my thought on that.
I mean, listen, I think the one thing that I'm also like wondering about is the costs, like long term. Like, do you have to be on hormones for the rest of your life? Do you have to be on medication for the rest of your life to sustain?
I think so.
Yeah, right?
It will make sense, because I mean,
because your body's gonna naturally produce.
It's gonna fight it out.
What is going to produce naturally, right? So you have to keep fighting the male or female genes that you naturally have, that your body's just gonna keep going. So I would think that you would have to be on some sort of medical thing for the rest of your life.
Yeah, probably. And I mean, as you get older, your body might fight it, but all those medications are not going to lose any effect. So they're going to be stronger on you, and they're going to probably cause even more problems.
I will feel like maybe at the end of your body will start to become immune to those medicines, because now it's like, oh shit, you've been doing this for a while, like we need something else.
Yeah, something stronger.
See, but like that's the thing, like I don't want to say that when I don't really know. This is just like
just a speculation. Yeah,
my wondering of things.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems logical. I mean, we might be wrong because we don't have any fucking expertise on any of that, but this is just our opinion. But I feel like that would be like a high possibility of what might happen. What could happen.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but I mean, what do you think about, like, I know you said that it's small-minded people, but at the same time, does that speak bad about society or bad about a company?
I think the company is in the right trying to like push forward, because we are in a push forward revolution as far as acceptance. I think it speaks more on the people that may not be willing to accept it. Like, for example, like those guys like making a joke like, oh, are you gay now? Or, oh, I don't want the Bud Light Budweiser anymore because they're now supporting something that I don't support, which is fine. That's why we have different opinions. That's why, you know, all that shit. But I mean, to each their own, right?
Yeah.
To each their own. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So, I mean, I get you. You know, like sometimes I won't support a brand because some fucked up shit they did, and that's, you know, my prerogative. You know what I'm saying? So it like, I don't know. I think if maybe Bud Light Budweiser wants to change their customers, but like whenever I think of like any of their commercials, it's always like some beefy dude, you know, with a beard and like, you know, country type thing.
Exactly. And I mean, they already have like a style.
They have like
customer.
Yeah. So maybe it's just them trying to branch out. I mean, at the end of the day, people are gonna get fucked up no matter what. So I think it's very irrelevant to some point, because let's say that guy, like, he's like, oh, I don't want Bud Light Budweiser anymore. You know damn well when he's litty, he's like, I want another beer. Go get me that Bud Light Budweiser, because that shit tastes good. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to impact anything, because they're going to get new customers, and they're going to still get the same ones, because when you're fucked up, you don't think about that shit.
Yeah, but I don't think enough people get fucked up to the point where they don't.
I sure do. Do you know how much beer people drink?
Oh yeah.
People can get fucked up on drink.
I got a friend that, I mean, one time he invited me to his house, and he bought like a 30-pack. By the time I finished 2 beers, he finished a 30-pack. It was impressive. I was like, there's no way in hell I can compete with these people.
Yeah, no.
It was mind-blowing.
Yeah, I mean, that's why a lot of people got a beer belly.
They really, really do.
Beer belly's a real thing, so...
For real. That's why we're drinking alcohol. Different kind.
Liquor, you mean? Because
Mhm.
that's still alcohol.
Yeah, liquor. That's what I was saying.
Liquor. Ooh, that's liquor.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Well, it will be interesting to see their numbers, like their sales numbers, see how much it went up or it went down, and like the areas, you know, see the map in like the East Coast, West Coast,
It would be
South,
interesting to
North.
see their demographic of people that is now buying those type of beers.
Oh, they're not buying.
Yeah, they're not buying. But like, I don't know, like I would say that it's stupid to stop drinking something because of something that you don't believe in, but I've even done that, so that would be very hypocritical of me to say.
Yeah, it's just whatever fits your mindset. You know, some people have draw the line in different places. So
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can agree with some things, but you cannot agree with some other things. You know.
Yeah,
Because I mean, even between you and I, we disagree on some shit.
for sure.
For sure. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on Budweiser. I think that's the brand. I think Budweiser is a company, and then Bud Light is like a branch of it. But we'll investigate. Cause now that I think, I don't know. But there we go. Who owns Bud Light? Bush.
So Anheuser-Busch is who owns that.
I mean that.
Yeah, so that's the umbrella company.
Okay.
So Anheuser-Busch InBev,
Huh.
AB InBev, is now the world's largest brewing company. So that's the brewing company.
Okay.
So that's the people or the company that owns Budweiser, Bud Light, Michelob, Stella,
And Bex.
and Beck's. I don't know what Beck's is though.
I never had one of those.
Okay, yeah. So it's a family of brands. Yeah. So that's the. But I mean, even if it's owned by that big ass company or whatever, the umbrella company or whatever it is, that doesn't necessarily mean that brand is gonna cater to everybody. That's why they have so many. That's why they have also like Stella and Kevin's. Who was it?
Michelob.
Michelob. Okay, so that's why they have more than one. So, Bud Light and Budweiser are now being presented to the transgender community, which is fine. But then they also have Michelob, Stella, and Beck's. So it's just like they still have all the other ones. So I don't think that it will impact sales at all, honestly.
We'll see. I don't
But
think
at the
so.
end of the day, it's like that same company does not mean that it supports or does not support certain people, like transgender people or whatever it may be. You know?
Yep.
It's just marketing.
Smart.
It really is just marketing. So there was another school shooting.
Oh yeah, the one in Tennessee.
And the one in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
6 people dead. 3 kids.
3 adults.
3 adults. Female shooter. That's a new one. She was white though. They're all fucking white. There's only been one black dude.
And 1 Asian.
And 1 Asian. But they're usually always white.
Yeah.
But this is the first female, right?
Dave Chappelle said it best. Shooting up school is a white kids game.
It is. But I mean, this is the first time we've had a female, right?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not that informed.
I mean, if anything, this is the first big shooting, I guess. But I mean, there was another shooting today at a fucking bank in Kentucky or Kansas or some shit like that.
Everywhere. See,
like this happened last week, and then
that was like 3 weeks ago, something like that.
no, that was last week. The Tennessee shooting?
Really?
That was last week.
I feel like that was like more than a week ago.
Nah, bro, that
No,
was.
pull it up. Put Tennessee. Not that.
Tennessee shooting.
And the one, was it in Nashville? I think it was in Nashville.
Covenant school shooting. March 27th.
Yeah, it was more than 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because
so it was not this past Monday, but the Monday before that.
Okay, but
so we're officially on the second week, but there was a fucking shooting today.
I didn't hear about that. I'll
Yeah,
probably hear about it tomorrow. See, when you look it up, I had like...
It's in Kentucky. This shooting that happened today, at least 5 dead after a bank shooting in Louisville, Kentucky.
Did they kill the shooter?
They sure did. They killed the motherfucking shooter.
That is crazy.
The shooter, Connor James Sturgeon.
Okay, I got a rule for that. Because one time, I'll give you like a little backstory. One time somebody did a school shooting and got arrested, and I cannot remember which one it was, but he said that he did it for the fame.
Yep.
So
So I don't remember which one it is, but I know who you're talking about.
So his idea in his dumbass mind was that he wanted to do the shooting so people will say his name and remember him. So I think like out of respect and like to say fuck you to those people, not to give them the clout that they want, never to say their names. I feel like they don't deserve the recognition.
I see what you're saying, but
because that will be feeding their own narrative.
But the only thing that I will say against that is, for example, I personally hate when there'll be like a shooting or like some sexual assault shit, and they'll be like, oh, the suspect, bruh, say their name, show their face, cause then we know what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, how am I? It's like saying like Jeffrey Dahmer, and like we never saw his face and we never knew his name, and he's just out there killing. Like, how the fuck are we gonna know? How the fuck is the public gonna protect himself? You know what I'm saying? And now the shooter is now dead.
Okay, but I think that's like two different examples. Because like, for example, in the Jeffrey Dahmer case, like, yeah, you gotta say the name and you gotta show the face because that's somebody that is out loose and that is trying to kill more people. I feel like in the case, at least for like school shootings, they just do it for the fame. Like the fame that it will bring.
It's so stupid. Like,
it really is.
But here's the thing. Let's say that this man, whatever his name is, like there are so many shootings, like I can't even keep up. Let's say that I know who you're talking about too. That he did it for the fame. Let's say that we don't say his name or whatever, and like we totally forget about him, and then he gets free. You know, even though that's not gonna happen. One day he escapes or whatever the fuck. I want to know exactly who the fuck that is. I want to know what he looks like, what his middle name is, what his mom's maiden name is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I feel like I will be turning a blind eye to somebody that's dangerous.
I mean, but do you really think that saying their name will make a difference? Like, let's say, for example, like somebody, like one of those school shooters escapes tomorrow, and the news don't report on it. Do you really think that you will see that person out on the street? Even though, like, let's say, like,
know.
Like, would you ever recognize somebody like that? I don't think I would, honestly.
I mean, maybe not. I'd be like, oh, shit.
Okay, so if I show you a picture of, like, the girl who did the shooting in Nashville, do you think you will recognize her?
I don't know, but I'll say this. Have you ever seen somebody, and this is going to sound shitty, but have you ever just seen somebody and you're like, that motherfucker looks like a fucking shooter? Like, you ever walk into a public ass place? Because I have. Did you ever want to?
Yeah.
That's creepy. I definitely have walked into a public place and you know, you get a vibe from people and you're like, nah, like you acting weird, you're looking around, and unfortunately, these shooters have like a certain like look to them. You know what I'm saying? Like they
look the crazy part.
I'm not saying they're twins or anything like that, but they definitely have
a stereotype
of the way that they all look kind of similar. So like, I don't know, man. Like, I definitely would. I personally think it's important to say criminals' names, just as important as it is to say victims' names, because everybody's been affected by this. It's gonna shatter me.
For real? I was like, the fuck?
I thought it was a cat. I was like, god damn, the cat's dying.
You're fighting somebody.
So I think it is important to, I don't know, like I see where you're coming from. Like, you don't want to give them the glory of us remembering their name, but at the same time, it's like, it's part of history. Like, at this point, I feel like school shooters are now in like the status of like Jeffrey Dahmer type shit.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, I'll tell you why. There are so many that happen nowadays that they become forgettable. I feel like there are only
That's so sad.
One. I mean, it is sad.
That's so sad.
But I mean, crime happens every day. The difference is that now it's more amplified because of social media.
Yeah.
But I feel like, honestly, the only ones that did a school shooting and actually got remembered for were the people from Columbine. I feel like that's where everything started. And then everybody is trying to imitate what they did back then. Because, I mean, I
was that the first shooting?
That was the first big shooting that happened in the U.S. That was in, Columbia?
So
The
Columbine
High School.
Columbine happened in April 20th, 1999 in Columbine, Colorado.
Colorado, yes.
Okay.
And that is probably the most famous school shooting that has happened in the U.S. even to date. And what?
All school shootings in America 2022. Like,
yeah, I mean, they have to have it by year now because there's so many.
So there have been 377 school shootings since Columbine. So is Columbine is the first one?
It's the first major one because of
Yeah.
how many people they killed and because how televised it was. I think before that there was one more that wasn't as famous because it was like I think in a middle school and it was like one of the same middle schoolers. But it wasn't as sad. It was like more like a local news. But Columbine became national news.
Right.
And I mean, there's actually a really good book that I would recommend people read it because it gives you like an insight of it. So it's called. I never do this, but it really like I think this is.
You have the whole ass book.
Yeah, it's an interesting case though, like it. This is I think like my little like dark secret, but I'm very intrigued by like the dark psychology of people. Like I know
it is super interesting.
I know
Absolutely.
what they did is bad, but I'm like curious to peek into their brain and see what went through their head.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I have
sure.
this book. It's called Columbine, and it's by Dave Cullen. It's a book you can find it pretty much anywhere, I think. And it tells you a story of like the days before, during, and what happened after, and it gives you a testimony from the parents of the shooters, which was Eric and Dylan. I don't remember. I mean, I know their full names, but and it's a very interesting book. So that will give you like a little insight of like what went during that week and the days before and the days after. And then I mean, there's a bunch of documentaries on YouTube that are pretty interesting to watch as well.
Yeah.
So if you're intrigued in like that kind of stuff. I mean, that would be a good way to like understand maybe a little bit. And actually, these guys in like they had like a diary, if I remember correctly. They were saying that they wanted to do this because they hated everyone. They wanted to like be remembered by like making a before and after them. And I mean, they freaking succeed to it. They wanted to leave a mark in the world, and I mean, they did it for the worst, but they did it. And it's very interesting. Just like a little last note. Because I interviewed the parents, and the parents give their testimony. They're like, we had no idea. I mean, now that we look back, we see all the red flags that we ignored back then. And I think one of the moms of one of the shooters actually does like public speakings around the country to like prevent parents on what to look for their kids.
Yeah.
So it doesn't repeat.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because it gives you an insight that sometimes society blames the parents for being bad parents, but I mean they came from well families. Well, one of them.
Well, I mean, even though like now it's a little bit more like it's talked about more how you can see a little bit of the red flags. That one of the recent ones, I don't think it wasn't this one, nor the last one, nor the last one. I think it was the one before that one. I don't remember his name. I don't remember where it happened. But another one of the school shootings, there was also like hella red flags. Like all of his social media was flooded with guns, and he kept a diary, and like he was very open about like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot this bitch up. And still, all the red flags were there, and we're just pretending it's Six Flags. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just here, still not doing anything about it. So. Is it on the parents? Is it on everybody to see social media?
I mean, I think the problem with social media is that you show a life that a lot of times you don't have. So what I mean by that is that sometimes you show a gun and you're like, oh yeah, I'm this badass motherfucker that will kill for your family and kill for your country and all this shit. But then you see another motherfucker with a gun and you shit your pants and you drop the gun. You know, so you wouldn't really do nothing about it. So it's about like how loud can you scream without actually doing anything. I feel like that's what social media is. So that's why a lot of people get ignored because there are very few that actually do something, feel that mold of being like, oh, you just like all talk, no action.
A lot of people just do it for the clout. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So I don't think like social media has all that blame. Because I mean, I've seen so many people just posting with guns and just uploading pictures of guns, and I'm like, I know that guy enough to know that he might, but he probably won't.
But he might. That's the thing. He might, and you really don't know. Like, yeah, like you may know the guy, and you think you know the guy well enough. But shit, I could you know me well enough, you know I'm your sister, whatever, all that shit, but I could have a gun hidden in my room and start shooting this bitch up, go to fucking the high school right here, and you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may think you know a person, but at the end of the day, you don't know really how dark, and that's what you were saying, like, with your book and everything, like, the psychology of it really is very fucking interesting. Like, I would also like to know, like, what the fuck? Like, why, man? Like, it would be really, really, I'm gonna say cool and interesting to really sit down with a fucking, would that be a sociopath or a psychopath?
I read the difference the other day. Fuck. I think, but don't quote me correctly on this, but I think it's a psychopath is somebody who acts upon it, and a sociopath is somebody who plans it.
Okay, well, I think it would be very interesting to really sit down with somebody like that, like a school shooter, literally, and be like, walk me through everything.
Yeah.
Like, when did you get the idea? Why did you get the idea? Did you have positive feelings, negative feelings about it? Were you happy about it? Were you excited? Were you nervous? Like, I'm pretty sure that, well, I don't know, but I would assume that they would think about, oh, like, this is going to happen. I'm going to go to the school, get inside, shoot some people, knowing damn well people are going to be on lockdown, knowing damn well that there's going to be cops everywhere. Cops are going to surround him, shoot him, blah, blah, blah. Like, thinking about it, it's like, if I were like switch my mindset to for me to be the shooter, I would think that would be like a huge euphoria. Yeah. Like, bitch, let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want to know, like, why? Like, why kids specifically?
Well, at least in this last case.
Yeah, I mean, like, is it because kids have no defense?
They're easy targets.
Is that way there's no fight about it? Like, what the fuck? Where is mosquitoes coming from? Anywho, I think it would be definitely very interesting. There's this one school shooter that is in jail right now that he was like, I'm sorry, like, please forgive me. And he tried to play, like, the mental health card, and he ended up being in prison. And there was a video of him in prison attacking a guard, and the comments pretty much saying, oh, you see, like, he doesn't give a fuck, like, he doesn't feel any type of remorse, he was lying, blah, blah, blah. Which I agree, right? Like, if you go up and shoot little kids, like, the fuck, you know what I'm saying? No. But it would definitely be, like, I think it would be really interesting to sit down and be like, all right, walk me through everything. Like, yeah, like after, okay, now that you're in jail, do you feel accomplished? Do you feel like it was worth it? Like, what would the answers be to that? And honestly, one question that I would definitely ask is, how the fuck you get the gun?
I mean, that's the easiest question. Like, they get the bought it legally. Once you're 18, you can buy a gun.
Yeah, but wasn't one of them like 16?
I mean,
underage?
You can get.
I mean, you can
guns on the black market. Yeah, you can steal it from, like, your parent. Like, I don't think that's actually, like, a hard question to ask.
Well, that's true. Because it is so easy to get guns here in America.
You can even buy one from a pawn shop and just use it. Like, I think guns is not the difficult part, but the fact of acting upon it
is the mental part of it. Like, how do you
take a life? How do you take a life? How do you come to the realization that out of all the places that you can do a shootout, you would choose a school? Like, what happened to you in that place? Because I would talk from experience. I was on both sides of the coin, I guess you can say. I was the bully and I got bullied.
Yeah, same.
So
same. I was both.
So I mean, I can definitely see why you might hate someone at some point in your life, but not to the point of acting upon
towards innocence.
Towards innocence, yeah. To the
fuck
place.
What did a kid do to you?
Yeah, I mean, I will get it that you will act upon the person that hurt you, but not on the whole school. Like, I get it that you might feel angry at the fact that the school didn't support you and you didn't find the help that you needed when you were asking for it, so you take revenge upon it. But I feel like that would be like on specific people,
Yeah,
not on the whole school.
I think that your mind has to be really dark. You have to be in a very just dark place, man. Like, for you to be doing that type of shit is just like...
But see, that would be my question. How dark is it dark enough? Because I feel like...
That's a good question right there.
Because I feel like, at least, I don't know about you, but at least for me personally, I've gone through some dark shit that I've seen people that say they're going through like a hard time, like that's not half of the shit that I went through. You know, and they're like barely able to stand up. And I'm not like trying to talk myself like being better than them. It's just like, it's different what each person can support. So I will wonder what's like the point that made them break.
Everybody's hell is different. Everybody has a personalized hell, you know, and that's not like, it doesn't necessarily depend on like how strong the person is or how dark that hell is for them, you know, but it's I don't know. I think it just would be, I think it'd just be interesting to talk to people like that and just see their perspective.
It would be really helpful if they could arrest them instead of killing them, because you will get a lot of answers. And if you could have people interview them and then share
kill them? Oh.
No. Now you went to that.
My bad. Because I mean, yeah, like, why the fuck do I want to spend my tax dollars on him breathing? And the thing is, like, why do... See, this is actually a really good conversation that we need to have next podcast. Talk about the death penalty.
Write it down.
Yeah. Talk about the death penalty. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Why are we spending all this money on these criminals? Anyways.
It depends on the criminal.
It does depend on the criminal. It depends on the crime, for sure. I do believe that. But at the same time... I think that these people are gunned down because they're obviously there to kill. So, like, you have to kill them before they kill you.
Yeah, but if you send trained people
to
get them down... Child. I mean, have you seen the video of the Tennessee shooting?
Yeah, it's actually pretty impressive.
It's impressive. So,
yeah.
actually...
Yeah.
And I want to make, like, a little parenthesis on that because I have something positive, something negative, and a legit question.
Okay, but...
So, the positive thing is that those police officers, my fucking respect. That's the first time that I've seen...
They went in.
Police officers that got called and act and put an end to that shit.
Yeah.
It took him, I think, like 8 minutes from the time that the first 911 call was made until the shooter was dead.
And they were, like, pretty on it. Like,
yeah,
you saw the body cam footage?
Fuck
okay,
yes.
Yeah, that's what I saw, too.
Yeah, so, I mean, it took, I think, like, the whole thing just took 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my hat's off to them. Like, we need more people like that. So, I think one of the guy who shot her was Rex something. So, dude, you're a badass. We appreciate your service, and we need more people like you.
Yeah.
That's a positive thing. The negative thing is like, and I hate going back to this, but I saw a lot of news that they pointed out that the shooter she identified her as a transgender person. So they were trying to use that narrative as to excuse us why the shooting happened.
Yeah.
They were saying, because she's a transgender woman and all that shit. So I feel like that had nothing to do with the fact that she shoot at school. But I feel like that was the media trying to polarize a tragic case in that regard, you know?
Confusion.
So the media was saying that the shooter did it because she was transgender.
The Tennessee shooting.
Yeah, the Tennessee shooting. So I was like, that has nothing to do.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but they were pushing that narrative. So I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, that literally makes
no
zero sense. That's saying like because her hair was blue, like what?
Yeah.
Or blonde, whatever the fuck her hair was. You know, that's so irrelevant.
That's very relevant, but yet the news were trying to push that story. And I mean, I'm glad people didn't buy into that shit, but that was something that they tried.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the reason why podcasts and independent media on the internet exist now, and why regular media is dying nowadays, because of the stupid shit that they do. Like that.
Yeah, because I think the news is just so phony. It's just so
they
ridiculous.
Just follow a master. They just follow a master.
I mean, even if they follow a master, the master is dumb. Because, like, I think that's why TikTok, like, you know, is so important. And, like, that's another reason why you should get TikTok. Because that is really where I get my news from. And it's, like, not bullshit. Like, oh, yeah, the shooter was transgender. So that, like, bruh, that has zero relevance to the shooting, okay? No. Like, and by the way, his name was Rex Engelbert.
Yes.
And he was actually pretty fucking young. He's young as fuck. Like, he looks like in his 20s. But anyways, I think this whole media situation, I think that the world is just so fed up with the fake narratives. You know, like, just tell us. I would say it's easy to say just tell us the truth, but they don't want us to know the truth. Yeah, they want to keep all this shit like under control. Yeah, and which is just stupid. That makes us like packed even more to be like, all right, like, come on, like, just tell us the tea, tell us the real tea. Like, we're a no tea ass generation. Like, we love the tea, we love the real tea.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the negative thing I gotta say, and a legit question is that the school that got shot was a private school.
Yep.
Compared to public schools that happened in the past. So I'm curious, and that has nothing to do with the police officers, because like I said, he did his job and he's a badass for it, and I respect him 1,000% for it. But I wonder if the fact that it was in a private school made him actually do something instead of a public school. Because you see all these shootings in public school, they kill like 20, 30 kids. And then they do nothing, and then maybe then the police move, and then they kill the shooter.
Well,
I don't know if this is the first private school that happened, but I know for a fact that this case happened in a private school, and I mean it got resolved very quickly, and I'm very happy for the kids because that's a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
But I want to know if there was in this case, I'm getting a little like conspiracy.
Yeah, for sure.
If there was
it was a motive to move.
It was
quicker.
a motive to be quicker. Yeah. So
I mean, that's definitely a good question. I would like to think no.
I would love that was the romantic idea.
I would like to think like no, like it's a shooting, like let's get to it. I think it wouldn't be fair to compare it to the rest because of many things. Because one, I don't think this is the first Tennessee shooting ever in history, but I think one, the police was getting absolutely bombarded, like saying how useless they were because of the last one, you know, because they were
in Texas.
The one in Texas, the one where they were like fucking hanging out on their phones, you know, like being silly or whatever the fuck. So I think that definitely has to I think
puts
that definitely has to add the pressure to the police force as a whole, like in the country. You know what I'm saying? I also think. Let's say that it is because they are a private school. At the end of the day, private or public, they are not immune to a fucking shooting.
They're not, but what I'm saying is that they act upon it because maybe there was the kid of an important politician or something. Like, there was a reason why they moved quicker in this situation.
Okay, like, I understand what you're saying, but then if we're going to go to that, let's talk about today's shooting in Kentucky, right? Kentucky, one of the politicians... actually, I think it was like 6 deaths, and 2 of them were like really close friends of his, and he said that on his press conference, like, oh, like
the mayor or like
I think it was a Democrat Speaker of the House type thing. What was it? Kentucky. Shoot, yeah, it was a governor.
Okay.
Was it him? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
the governor of Kentucky.
Yeah. So Andy Bashir, excuse me if I'm saying that wrong. He's part of the Democratic Party. He is the governor of Kentucky, and at the bank, one of his close friends did not make it. So, kind of going back to what you're saying, whether you're rich, famous, politician, a kid, you're not immune to a fucking shooting.
Definitely not.
So
a bullet is a bullet.
A bullet is a bullet. A shooter is a shooter. So I mean, yeah, like it is what it is. Like
I was waiting for that. That's what I was laughing.
It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So I mean, like it's like I want to say no. Like maybe this does not have to do with the fact that it was a private school. But let's say that it is, right? At the end of the day, the goal is to what? Shoot the shooter. So whether or not, or whether it was what it was or it wasn't what it ain't, I think it was handled properly by the police. Like, this is the one time that I can say, like, yeah, like, y'all killed that and y'all killed her, you know, like, respectfully. So I really want to say that it has nothing to do with it because it was a Christian private school too, right?
Yeah.
And Tennessee is a Christian state.
It's a very religious state.
It's a very conservative state.
I mean, it's the South, so.
Yeah, so I don't know. I see where you're definitely coming from, but at the end of the day, nobody is immune to a shooting.
Yeah.
We've had banks, private schools, universities, hotels, concerts.
Yeah. I mean, this is just me going down a rabbit hole that probably doesn't even exist. But I mean,
I totally see why you would say that.
Yeah, because it has happened before. Like, I'm legit curious about it because I mean, there was an amazing response by the police. I was like, I mean, I want to say because the police is well trained and like perfectly in the right place, I guess, at the right time. I don't know how to explain it. But I mean, seeing all these cases from like the past 10 years, you're like, I mean, you haven't done much. So it was a very nice change.
What was that one? I think it was like in the 2010s that it was a elementary school too, that it was like huge.
The one in Aurora?
Was it Aurora, Colorado?
The one in the... I mean, because there were two big ones. There was one in a movie theater and there was one in a elementary school.
That's Columbine.
No. Columbine is that one, the high school, the one that I told you. That was in 99.
I'm talking about the one...
Where they killed like 30 kids?
Yeah. Yeah? What was that one?
I'm pretty sure that was the one in Aurora.
No, that's not it.
Aurora. Just look up elementary school shooting 2010s. Oh, silence because we're googling.
2012?
Maybe, yeah. Hit it. That's 2022.
Sandy Hook. Okay, Sandy Hook. That's the one. Okay.
Was it in Colorado?
No, it's in Connecticut.
Okay.
Okay, so here it is. Yes. There was 28 deaths. Yeah. Okay. And that was in elementary school. I forgot where the fuck I was going with this. I don't know where I was going with it. Damn it. I had a point, but the point went away.
Shit. Because we're talking about, like, the shootings and the fact that they were kids.
Okay, how long did it take? Okay, how long did it take for the police?
Okay, Sandy
Hook.
Because actually, I think they arrest that guy.
The police response time?
Police response, yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Because I think they actually caught that guy. I think they got that guy alive.
Okay, here we go. Timeline. Sandy Hook.
Just go to the beginning and the end, like, see the times.
And they start early, 9:30 a.m. They must be up.
That was the time the shooting started?
The first emergency call from the school was received about 9:35 a.m. So this
9:35 a.m.?
9:35 a.m. So this makes me...
9:35?
9:35 a.m.
How? 9:35 a.m.?
Yes.
How? 9:30 and then 5 a.m.?
9:35.
Oh.
Like 9...
3-5. Okay.
Bitch.
I thought you said 9:30 and then 5, like 5 in the morning. So I was like,
9:35.
Okay.
No, 9:30.
It's just the way you put a lot of space between one, like 30 and then 5.
It was made at 9:30. Look at all these, bruh. Look at all these statistics, bruh.
Send me the link so we can put it in the description.
They just keep coming. Bruh. I was not expecting that, but goddamn. For the land of the free and the home of the dead. That's crazy. I forgot what the fuck I was looking at. Oh, yes.
The timestamps.
I was looking at what time. What time? Alright, how long did they fucking... Police response. Let's see.
See? I don't know.
Oh, he killed himself.
Well, a lot of people also kill themselves.
That's why. Like, why?
Like,
if you're gonna kill yourself...
Don't do that again. That was really loud on me.
My bad. If you're gonna kill yourself...
That's why
just kill yourself. Like, why are you killing innocent lives? You know what I'm saying? And like, this is no disrespect to somebody that's going through some real shit that they're thinking about unaliving themselves. But look, why the fuck are you impacting little kids that literally have nothing to do with you, and then you're gonna kill yourself? Like, to me,
that's a coward's way out. There's no other
it's
explanation.
just like,
That's a coward's way out.
you're gonna tell me that you're a coward to face the law, but you're not a coward to
Yeah,
kill a little kid?
Yeah, because that's why they're cowards, because they're going against somebody that can't defend themselves. That's why they're cowards.
I guess so. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah, but I mean, like, look at it. He had time to kill himself instead of the police getting to them. So, like, how long would that take? Because he killed, what, like 25 people?
He killed 20 people.
20 people. Like, that's a lot
from
of
20
people.
I've seen different things on different reports.
Let's say between 20 and 25.
20 is from 26 to 28.
I mean, that's a lot of people. That's a lot
That's
of time.
a lot of motherfuckers.
That's a lot of time that the police gave him to just do whatever he wanted. And that's something that shouldn't happen. What you looking for now?
I'm looking for the time.
No idea.
6 adults and 20 children. So yeah, 26 to 20.
Shit. See, that's a lot of kids.
Oh, but he killed his mom earlier too. And I forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah, he had killed his mom first, and then he was like, "Alright, bet the kids are next." See, isn't that crazy? Like, for me, it's just like, okay, if you had a kid today, would you send them to school?
Yes.
Yeah, knowing damn well there's like a 90% chance that they're gonna be through a school shooting.
I don't think it will be a 90% chance.
I mean, shit.
Like, I don't think the statistics are that high. And I'll tell you something else. If you homeschool them, like, I've seen a lot of posts about that. Like, now it seems like homeschooling is a much better idea. But I feel like with social media nowadays, kids are not adapt for being social.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that on top of that you're just gonna shield them in your house and homeschool them, I think that more than doing a good, you're doing a wrong to your kids. Because I mean, at the end of the day, life is about being social. Whether you're gonna get a job or a partner or a job or anything else, you know, like everything in life is about socializing. So the fact that you're depriving your kid for that, for that life skill, I feel like it's a mistake for your child's future.
I see what you're saying. I totally like. I do agree that you want your kid to be social and learn how to socialize, and I get it 1,000%. But dude, I couldn't imagine like dropping my kid off at school, and then getting a fucking, not even a call, because they're not gonna fucking call you, because they're gonna be, well, maybe they will, but you never know. Getting a fucking report on the news, fucking blah 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 elementary school under attack, shooting.
Okay, but this is another thing. Though.
What?
This is another thing, because I actually saw a video of this, and I cannot remember it. Like, there have been so many fucking school shootings, but I saw a video of it was the sister of someone that was in a school shooting, and the mom received a call, and you can tell that it was like a family environment. You know, like the dad was watching TV and the mom was like fucking on her phone, and the sister was recording for some reason. And you see that the mom received a call and she was like, "There's a school shooting." The dad got the fuck up.
Yeah.
He went to his basement, got a gun. He was like, "I'll be back."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And he went and got the child. So he did what the police was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be me. Like, if I have to go to jail, if they throw me in jail because I went into the school where there was a shooting because the police didn't want to go in to save the kids, I will happily go to jail if that means I saved my child's life.
Right.
So I feel like there's a big difference.
But I mean, think about it. Like the last, not the Tennessee one, but the one before that one, that they didn't let the kid, the parents in. The one that the.
I will point my gun at a police officer.
Okay, but then obviously I see what you're saying, but then you have all this police outside the school, and you start pulling out a gun on a police. You're definitely gonna get taken down, like, for sure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. You're saying you're okay with that, and I agree. Like, I would be okay with that too. But at the end of the day, you're not achieving anything because they're not letting you in. They don't even have control of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So it really is a lost cause, and it is so sad to think that this is the one case where, well, maybe not the one case, but this is the Tennessee shooting was a case where police was on top of their shit and like amazing. But let's say that we have another situation like was it the Texas one?
The Uvalde one? Yeah.
The Uvalde one? Okay, where the police was like, what the fuck? And like parents are trying to go in and you could see the parents just like trying and they couldn't do anything, you know? So it just sucks that this has to be a conversation.
I mean,
period.
I put the point, the fact, what happened in the Uvalde one, if I'm not mistaken, it was there was a lot of immigrant childs.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of families that felt that they couldn't do anything because they were illegal in the country. So if they put themselves in that situation and pressure the police, they will feel like they will get deported. But so I feel like that was a big factor, at least in that case.
Yeah, but you can see like in the news, like in everything, they were trying to go in because police wasn't doing anything, and I think it was just so out of control. It was just so out of control.
Because if you see a dad with a fucking gun and he's like ready to go when the police is just doubting themselves, I feel like me as a police, I would be like, okay, that motherfucker is gonna shoot somebody, so it better not be me, because I don't even have the balls to go in.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I would be willing to shoot a fucking police officer. That means I have a chance to save my child. Like if they don't go in, like I'll go 1,000 times to jail for my kid. If that means that my kid can walk out of that place safe, I would shoot a couple police officers that are too coward to do it themselves.
Yeah, but I see where I get you, but I think it's a little more complex than that. Because,
it is complex.
Because you're not gonna have just one or two cops right there standing there doing nothing. You're gonna have thousands of cops. You're gonna have every cop in the city at the school. So it's like yes, I hear you. I just don't think it will be like that black and white.
So, don't you think it will be more like a social pressure if you so if you were a parent and you saw that the police is doing nothing and you see this random guy pulling up to the school with guns and he's like, let's go the fuck in, wouldn't you support him? Wouldn't you try to hold the police so he can go in? Definitely,
but you would definitely need to fucking not be on your own. You just have to be like, let's say that all the parents are outside. All the parents are like, oh my god, my children, you know, boo-hoo, crying. You know, the moms, whatever. But then you have the dads, boom, motherfucker, like ready to go. I think if this were to be like an organized, I'm gonna say that because it wouldn't really be organized, but let's say that all the dads really are like ready, like
I think it will
rifles,
be organized,
whatever the fuck, and they're like, move, motherfuckers. Then I think that would happen, but it would have to be like at least 20 of y'all, like at least, because they're like, all right, motherfuckers, let's go get our motherfucking kids.
I think it will be organized because I cannot speak for the whole country, but I know that at least here in the South, there's a very strong culture on guns. So I feel like more people than we think are trained into it. So if that were the case, the people that pull up with guns will be like, okay, we need to step aside because they might be more prepared than the police probably.
But at the same time, because there's a lot of emotions here, it might even backfire.
I mean, it might.
I mean,
that's the case.
I mean, it just sucks that the police wasn't able to be trusted in the situation. The police didn't rise to the occasion in the Uvalde situation. You know, like here in Tennessee, like kudos, amazing, y'all are great, thank you. Hopefully, and this is such a sad statement to say, hopefully in the future for the next school shooting, it'll be like that. But the fact that you even have to fucking say that, like, us as immigrants, we come to this country for safety, and then we can't even go to fucking school. Like, there was you heard about the university shooting, right?
Yeah.
Bitch, can you fucking imagine if that was like at my university? Bitch, what the fuck? You know, like, the fuck do? I don't own a gun. Maybe I should, shit, I don't know. But just think about, like, the fucking trauma, man. Just,
I mean, yeah, that psychological
shit is gonna fuck you up. Like, why? That makes me angry as an immigrant. Like, dang, like, my parents really left our country because it wasn't safe, blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, I'm not even safe here at school. At least I was safe in school over there. I wasn't safe in the streets. But now I'm not even safe in my university?
I don't know. I feel like that's a hard case to make. Because at least I can tell you, like, at least from the country that we're from, There's some crazy shit going on, and actually
there is some crazy shit, but we were
there's a
really
very
safe in
viral
school.
video, and actually, I would love to know the name of the woman, because she did an amazing job. There was a school shooting in like a kindergarten place back in Mexico, and there was a shooting outside the school. And you know how like the school, like it's like the wall and then the street.
Yeah.
So there's not like here like you got like a whole fucking mile of yard before going to the actual building. And you see how the teacher told the kids to go down, and she's singing to them like a kid singing to like calm them down. And that's a very beautiful video. I wish I knew who that woman was. And I mean, they say her name, but it was an amazing video to give her props for that. So I don't think the schools are much safer in Mexico than they're here. I just think there are different violence, different things. Oh, you can look it up.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
No, I'll look it up. You talk. Make noise.
I'll
look it up.
Gunmen kill 5 high school students and woman in street shooting in Mexico.
No, but that was what? No.
Oh, wasn't there a shooting in fucking El Poli?
I don't know.
There was some shit like that. Yes. What kind of world are we living in? This is stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the video.
What's her name?
I'm gonna kill the fucking mosquito.
Just play it. See what her name is.
But you're gonna be able to hear it. Yeah, this is a fucking video. You talk. Because nobody's hearing anything.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck to tell you other than
Make noise,
goddamn, this sucks. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
No, Laredo. Tamaulipas. What we were talking about a couple weeks back is the same state in which the other guys get killed. The Americans get killed.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it was like some cartel type shit?
Yeah, there was like a cartel shootout that just happened outside of elementary school.
Oh, but it was outside the elementary school.
Yeah. But
okay, but that's fucking different.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot find the name. Her name is Dulce, so it'll be like a translation for like sweet, or what would be another one? Sweet? I don't know. Sweet. We'll leave it at sweet. But I will leave the video of it on the description down below just so you can see it. But I don't think Mexican schools are that much safer, just for these kind of reasons.
Yeah.
So I feel like we ran from a different kind of danger, and now we're living a new danger here in the States, which is
that's just so depressing.
Different. That's all I have to say.
That shit is just depressing. I think it's just sad.
I mean, it is sad.
It's sad that this is happening. It sucks that this is happening. It's like every single week we get a new shooting, so it's just like,
But it will be really interesting to find out why.
Because Americans ain't got nothing else to do. Oh, God. Like, bruh, they ain't got nothing to do but complain and fucking shoot things. Or for the Second Amendment. Like,
I mean, but I feel like people who do the shootings have nothing to do with any of those ideas. I mean, I would legit like to have someone interview these people to see what was the logic behind them.
That's what I'm saying. That would be nice to be like, hey.
To be able to understand them.
Just tell me why. Like, I just want to understand. And I want to see, like, the psychology of it, too.
Yeah. It will be... I feel like that will be very insightful as to why this kind of stuff happens. Because then we'll understand, and maybe we'll be able to help our kids not become that.
Yeah. Or just put up fucking gun reform. Like, god damn, why are there so many guns in the street?
Yeah. I mean, just background checks. I feel like that will be... I feel like passing a psychological exam will be a good first step. because nowadays anybody can get it.
There's just no reason for civilians to have guns. Like
I feel
there's
like that is
zero. Okay, like what?
self-defense.
To what? All these school shootings?
No. I'm just saying, like, if somebody were to break into your house, would you like to be?
Okay, let's say that actually does happen. The fact that there's more deaths in America from shootings, just from like civilians. Like, just think about like, Atlanta. Like, goddamn, like there are so many like, fucking people shot because of a fucking brawl, because they disagreed on something, because they just happened to have a gun. Like, people are just so reckless. People are alright. They got a gun, and that's it. Like, it's just so thoughtless. You know what I'm saying?
But that's going back to the problem that it's very easy to get guns. I feel like if there's a reform on like see which people you give guns to, that will help a lot. Because
just don't let civilians have guns.
I don't know. I would like to have a gun. I'm pro guns at this point. Like, I feel like they're useful in certain situations, but I feel like you definitely need a certain mindset to be able to hold one.
I think that unfortunately for y'all that are pro guns, people have ruined it for y'all. Like, it's like if it's like we were in like kindergarten or whatever. Like, if somebody's bad, the whole recess is taken up from the class. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all these crazy motherfuckers want to act crazy and irresponsible. Sorry, y'all ruined it for the ones that want guns for like, for the home, for like in case your home gets invaded or whatever the fuck, or like hunting, or I don't know what else do you want guns for.
I mean, it's
that's
just
it.
hunting and
That's
protection.
it, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the white people ruined it for y'all. So like, it sucks for y'all. Like, deal with it. Y'all be fine without a gun. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Like, I'm sorry, but they messed it up for y'all.
Okay, now I get what you're saying, but I feel like it wouldn't be right to just say that it's all white people. I feel like we all have contributed to the
1,000%.
negative side effect of guns. Like, the Mexicans with the
ruined
cartels. Everybody. Like you only say white people, but I feel like white people with the school shootings, black people with the gangs, Mexican with the cartel and the drug shit. So I feel like it's been everybody that has contributed to people hate guns a little more. And I mean, also the ideas that being very liberal or conservative, that also have ruined, like, that has divided.
Oh, you scared the shit out of me. What is wrong with you?
I'm trying to kill that. Yeah, I have to sleep.
I know, but you scared me. Okay, so
gunshot.
What about the Asians? What are they?
Asians are chill. They're just trying to conquer the world in a more simple way.
First of all, you don't even know, like, Asians, there be some
trying
real mobs.
They trying to conquer the world through TikTok. That's their goal.
We're definitely cutting that out. We are cutting that out.
We're not cutting that shit out.
We are definitely cutting that out.
Doing that shit
Anywho's. Alright. Anywho's.
But that is... I mean, really... it was a good podcast. We'll just wrap it up there.
We talked a whole lot about these school shootings.
Yeah. It's a nice little change. So, but I mean,
that's real shit.
That's what is happening around.
Yeah, and it sucks that it's happening. It absolutely sucks that this is happening in this country. Like, we already know America sucks, but it's just like, it's just sad. Like, these kids, man. Like, these kids are the future, and they're not even getting a future. Bitch, what the fuck? I was about to say. I was really about to say, you crazy. like we're going to bed after this. Why you get lit?
I'm not getting lit. I'm getting lights out.
Anyways, y'all be safe out there. Y'all be safe in the streets.
Shove love to people, please.
Share some fucking love. Don't be fucking rude. Don't be a fuck. Yeah, we need the Black Eyed Peas. Where they at? Because this is a good moment. People living like they ain't got no mamas. But you know what? One of them shot their mama. So goddamn, like, I can't even say that. So, I don't know. Just be safe out here in these streets. Be nice to every single fucking body that you meet. Don't be a fucking dickhead. You really don't know. Like we said earlier, everybody's hell is very personal.
Yes.
So...
And I just want to add something to that. Like you said, every hell is very personal. But I think that even small acts of kindness can really make a big change. Like, even if you say good morning to your neighbor, even if you say, hey, how are you to your friend, like,
Yeah.
fucking do that. You know, like, look out for the people around you and make sure that they're fine, because sometimes you don't know what people are really going through.
Mm-hmm.
So just be nice with the people around you, even if you don't know them. Because even a simple, hey, how are you, can make a whole lot of fucking difference.
Yeah.
Because I've known that people. And I can tell you that even you just ask them, hey, I hope you're having a nice day, can completely change their mood. So just be positive, even with the people that you don't know.
Everybody's definitely dealing with their own shit, and even if you are dealing with your own shit, seek help. It's okay to ask for help, because you're definitely not alone on for whatever the fuck you're going through, whether it's some dark shit or some medium shit, whatever the fuck.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's say somebody that is going through shit see us,
Mm-hmm.
and he contact us.
Mm-hmm.
What will you do? Like, you don't know this person. Like,
I mean, shit, let's talk about it. Why not? I have found that the more you can talk to people, literally about anything, it could be the dumbest thing you want to talk about, or it can be some real deep shit. Shit, let's have a fucking conversation, because you never know. Like, let's say it's some haha he he dumb shit, and it's about, I don't know, like a bee, and you're like, oh shit, I like bees too.
I had to. Bro. You just bring it. You just run it out.
I didn't think about Anyway,
that's going on the video.
We gotta put the clip. My dog stepped in the bee.
Wait, we gotta make the face. That's gonna be the thumbnail. We gotta take a picture.
Which way?
Like, both making the face. Let's say my dog stepped on the bee.
You stupid. Anyways, you know, like shit like that. Like, now, because we fucking talked about a bee, now we're fucking laughing. You know what I'm saying? But if we were talking about some deep shit, like, oh shit, like I'm having, I don't know, crazy thoughts. I'm thinking about myself or whatever. You're like, all right, bet. Like, let's talk about it. Why? And if you, I will always respect your decision, because at the end of the day, it's your life or your not life. I think you can always talk to somebody, and good conversation is always appreciated, I think.
Definitely.
Like, literally, any conversation.
Even having someone you can vent on.
You know what? Venting is good, bitch. Honestly, I know my friends are tired of me, but I mean, it's part of life. I know my friends are like, bitch, can you shut the fuck up? But honestly, like, it makes me feel better. Like, even if they're tired of me, and like, maybe they are, you know? It makes me feel better. So, like, as long as that makes me feel better, and they're willing
to help
to
you,
to
exactly.
listen, to even
friends.
listen, even if at the end of the day they're like, okay, bitch, are you done? I'll be like, yeah, I'm done. Thank you for listening. I feel better. And they're probably gonna be like, all right, bitch, let's go get something to drink after that bullshit that you just told me. But then, you know, you can get it out of your system, because the more it's inside you, the more it builds up, and the more you go crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, shit, if somebody would like to for real, like, find us and be like, hey, I want to talk to y'all, whatever, I bet, let's motherfucking do it.
Yeah.
Like,
and even though,
caller number 1, step up.
Yeah, but even if you wanted to, like, make it more public and make it a podcast, so maybe your story can help more people, fuck, we'll be willing to do that.
Fuck
bro.
yeah, I think that'd be so fun.
I mean, it
mean,
would be fun,
okay, maybe not fun, but like,
shit, now who's the voice of reason?
I mean,
I'm usually the one with the fire ass comments. So
I mean,
why don't we switch
okay,
places today?
okay,
We're
maybe
gonna switch chairs or something.
maybe
God
not fun,
damn.
but like, it would be like, that'd be so cool. Like, if the podcast were to turn into like some mental health type shit, or, you know, some shit like that, shit.
I mean,
that I feel like that
something.
would create purpose. Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
If it's not to open conversation, then why are we doing this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was the whole idea from the beginning, just to like express ourselves, and if we can help somebody along the way, stop your shit.
I'm sorry, I'm itching so bad.
You don't know what that is. If I lost my fucking train of thought again. It's
My
the
bad.
age, bro. It's the age.
It's the alcohol, bitch.
No.
You drank a whole ass thingy.
So do you.
This is literally water.
They don't know that.
I literally
They
said
don't know
it
that.
at the beginning.
They don't know that.
I literally said
Prove
it at
it.
the beginning. Bitch, did you see how I was downing that shit?
Yeah, because you're like an alcoholic. You said that yourself. That's why you
Hell
downed
no.
it down with milk.
I am the worst alcoholic there is.
God
I am.
damn. They were trying to rip it us with that bottle. The Blantons.
Oh. It was like $1.99.
Yeah, the bottle goes for $16. I'll look it up.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't buy that shit.
Bourbon. You should.
I don't-
It's good.
But I like tequila.
Tequila.
I like tequila. I like tequila and I like red wine.
I like red wine and I like whiskey and bourbon.
Red wine is for me. But you
Any
know what?
whiskey companies that want to sponsor us.
But you know what? Red wine would give me a headache.
Please.
Like
Yeah.
If I drink too
The
much,
sweeter it is, the better the
Dude.
headache it is.
I don't even drink sweet red wine. I drink dry Cabernet.
All wines are sweet to a certain
No, I
degree.
know what you're talking about. But like, yo, the hangovers from red wine are worse than tequilas.
The worst is
I
when you
said it.
mix. The worst is when you mix everything like tequila and then vodka,
Those are
and
the
then
best
whiskey and then
ones.
beer. No. Last time
Those are the best nights.
last time I did that, like I throw my heart out in my
Why'd you do
lungs. You don't wanna know.
When you do that, bitch, you better
You
not.
weren't even here. I lost the car that day. No, that's not.
Is that the day that you lost the car?
Yeah.
Is
Did I
that the
tell you
day
about-
that I got the call?
Yeah.
And then I do know, bitch. I got a call at 3:30 a.m. Can you please pick up your brother? He's drunk as fuck.
Shit.
I'm
Hey,
45 minutes away. I'm on my way. Never mind. Okay, then what you mean, never mind?
I lost the fucking car that day. That was a wild night.
I'm just glad you didn't drive. That's all I care about.
Yeah, for real.
So, anyways, don't drink and drive. Be safe in these streets. Be nice to each other. Be nice to yourself. It's fucking hard to be nice to yourself, but be nice to yourself.
See, sometimes you gotta be tough on yourself to better yourself.
Yeah, but you gotta be nice too, because
Like, honestly.
tell yourself you love yourself. Look in the mirror and be like, bitch, I love you. You dumb as fuck, but I love you. You know, because you only get one of you.
But you gotta try. You gotta shoot to achieve the best version of yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't settle for less than the best version of yourself. And that's all I gotta say.
You deserve what you deserve. Look at
Oh.
that!
What? Boy.
That's funny. Okay, let's wrap it up, bro.
Yeah.
Alright, this was Cheers. Maybe next time I will actually join you with some alcohol.
Yeah, you need some. But yeah, you just
My
need to
days I
stay.
usually go too hard on the weekends, so I have to chill out. But this week I was just sick.
Oh.
Actually, last week I was sick too. God damn.
That's the age, brother. That is the age.
I just need to stop going so hard on the weekday.
That age is cutting up,
Catching up.
catching up. I'm going to a concert in a couple months, by the way.
You're going what?
To a concert.
Where?
In Tennessee.
To who?
Guess.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nah, they already came.
Who?
Guess. I really like him. I will slap you. You get 3 chances.
Is it a band?
Yeah. It's an 80s band.
Is it in this room?
I mean, I don't know.
Ah,
But I really like
Is
it.
it Pearl Jam?
No. Close. We will listen
Led
to...
Zeppelin?
Shut the fuck... Bitch! One of them is already dead. Listen.
Oh.
I'm going to give you a clue. We'll listen to them today. You got 3
I was
chances.
gonna
I
say
will
Queen,
slap
but that's
you.
not it.
One.
Queen. No, that doesn't count. We listened to them today.
Yeah. A couple songs. Not that many, but like 2 songs. Or 1.
A band?
And I really, really like them.
What's it?
I'll
Give me a
give
melody.
you a clue.
Yeah.
No, I'll give you a clue. You got sick as fuck of one of their songs because how much I listened to it.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. That's my brother right there. What's up? We're
How
going to go
much?
see them. Huh?
Wait, who? Who? The originals or like who?
Yeah, the originals.
Like the whole band?
Yeah.
How much?
The tickets are gonna be like 300. Not that bad, not that bad.
I wish it broke. Anyways.
You're not going. I already got a friend that I'm going with.
He said I'm not invited.
No.
Then why the fuck are you telling me that? The fuck?
I was just making conversation.
Okay, well, you have a good night. Enjoy your concert.
You never invite me to your concerts.
Because you don't like my music.
And you don't like my music.
Wait,
Can I do
listen.
some? You didn't go with me to the Chili Peppers
Because I was
concert.
broke. Because that bitch was broke. Because that bitch was getting out of debt. And I still... It hurt. It
Bitch.
hurt. It hurt. It hurt. I was very upset that day, too. You know what? And you know what? You couldn't even say nothing because I didn't even go to the Bad Bunny concert, bitch. That was the day before that. All right.
Those tickets were expensive
as fuck.
I have a friend that went. She paid $2,000.
Yeah, you got me fucked up. You think I'm gonna pay $2,000 for a ticket?
$2,000 for the tickets.
Unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary.
$2,000.
Alright, well, y'all have a good night, alright? Y'all be safe out in the streets. Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
And we'll see you on the next one.
I love you, motherfucker.
You too, bitch.
Why you so salty?
Because you really have the audacity to be like, you're not going. Like,